So, I'm here with the members of the Drowned. How don't you guys introduce yourselves? Introduce yourselves a little bit loudly. Project.
I'm William Newby. I'm from Podo, Oklahoma, and 50% of the Drowned. I don't know, what else do you want?
That's good. That's perfect.
Cool.
I'm James Eaton, also known as Abstractus for the purposes of clarification. I am 80% of the Drowned.
So you guys in total make up 130% of the Drowned.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other 20% is a guy in Florida.
Yeah.
A guy in Florida.
Yeah, we actually have 3 members, but...
So there's a total of 150%.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
that means you're really dedicated.
And counting, yeah.
And counting.
Yeah.
We plan on increasing just forever.
And forever.
Yeah,
infinite.
like
someday you'll be
like
infinite.
A ska band.
Yeah.
I guess in the process of becoming infinite, you are infinite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
If you
just
want to get super meta about it.
always.
Definitely.
So I didn't write my questions down, but I can remember them because they're pretty simple. I didn't want to ask you some weird dug up, I didn't want to stalk your Instagrams and be like, let's find some things to
What's not going to be much to
darkest
find?
Yeah, tell me your biggest secret in life. Oh, this is perfect because the music stuff.
I'll go to jail if I do that.
I'll die of embarrassment.
No, I don't know, man. It would be really crazy if I learned something illegal on this podcast. But I guess I want to know how you guys met, because I met both of you in really different ways, and then it turns out y'all know each other.
Yeah, the first week or so of freshman year, he came up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to get lunch?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we got lunch together, and then didn't talk for a while after that.
Yeah, I didn't like him at first.
But through our friend group, we kind of just hung out, and then that thing kind of dissolved, and we kind of stayed friends, and then we lived together, and it's been downhill since.
Downhill.
Yeah, pretty much.
So in that way you're decreasing.
Yeah.
Negative what percent?
Yeah, it's
Negative 130 in that department?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. It's an even 0% when it's all said and done.
Yeah, even 0.
Just each side takes, so it all equals out.
So now that you guys have reached nirvana, extreme pure balance.
Yes.
So I overheard from Amos at the event. He said something along the lines of you guys kind of formed the band so that you could perform at the event, and so I just wanted to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get really technical, I guess we formed the band over a year ago.
Yeah.
The music we played was music I had already written that I had him play saxophone for just already, and it was just easier. Instead of trying to overcome procrastination and fear of failure of writing brand new stuff for the thing, we just decided to play what we already had, that we already knew was good, I guess, for lack of a better term.
I think it turned out pretty well too, because it fit the vibe of the whole event a lot more than I think the stuff that we're kind of aiming for.
Yeah,
would have.
absolutely. The kind of stuff we're going to be coming out with is not as mellow or chill.
It's
Nice.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Okay, so you guys already have plans for what's next then. You're already I bet you've already started working on it. Yeah, not just brainstorming.
We're pretty close to releasing the first single off of our first album.
Yeah, that one's 90% done, and then the rest of the album shouldn't really take that much longer, I hope.
That's awesome. That's really cool to hear because you guys kind of made your debut and now you're already into your next big project, and so that's really...
It would have been nice to have something to promote during the event, but
it just wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Oh yeah, it's better not to rush things. I've done music projects with people and we rush things, and didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, and we could have just slowed down. And so I think you guys are doing good.
I hope so.
I've
never done this before, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's the exciting part, right?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think it's going well.
So when do you hope to perform live next? Because I know Arcade Now is the first one, so...
When we have music.
Yeah.
When you have music?
We definitely need to get, like, you know, a library of things to perform.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as soon as we can start getting paid to perform,
Yeah,
that's
once
when we
we-
would like to.
Yeah.
Probably once we find a venue that would be accepting of the kind of thing that we would play. Because like Arcade Now is a little bit different. That was specifically for that kind of music. But I mean, the kind of stuff that we're in the process of making now is even more different compared to that. So it's like a completely different, like it's a phase shift.
It's not something that's really, at least as far as I'm aware, apparent in Fort Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
So, from that note, how did it make you feel to be a part of something that was so new and so, I mean, it is an experimental music event, but like, aside from it being experimental, like, it's something that most people around here don't even think about, like you just said. How did it feel to participate in that at first?
I personally think it's really cool. I think this is something that Fort Smith needs, because Fort Smith is boring as hell. There are not really any. There's no music scene for people who aren't jazz or like classic rock,
Like country or
It's
something.
it's very
Or like
very
the
much-
symphony.
Yeah, it's either classical, country, classic rock, or jazz. Those are like the big four.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
like I know there is a scene of other genres of music, but it's a very small and not very well known.
Yeah, it's not very supported here. I mean, like obviously there's definitely going to be some people that are into it, but like overall it's by far the minority.
Yeah.
I guess it's just more a case of like wherever we can get booked.
Oh, thank you.
This way. Let me get you guys some jelly, some ketchup. What else do we need? Water?
Yes. Oh, just some jelly.
I'll let you finish your thought, and then we
Sorry.
can wrap up the interview so that we can eat, because that's really, I didn't want to ask you guys all too many questions.
No, it's
I
all
wanted it to
good.
be kind of a short and sweet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that once we have somewhere that is willing to have a performance like ours, that's the kind of thing we'd be aiming for. Obviously, like just wherever we can.
No, yeah, and I think that it's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. You guys enjoy.
I think it's awesome that you guys are like part of that gearing up towards expanding the minds of people around Fort Smith and the greater Fort Smith area. Because I know I overheard a lot of people say we should take this Arcade Now business on the road. You know, I heard several people say that.
on Instagram.
And I think that that would be really cool, but I also think it's what y'all are doing and what that event was doing for this area is really important to
Yeah, absolutely.
creativity and expansion of this, you know, all these different genres, all these things that aren't typical for Fort Smith, Arkansas,
Yeah, for
for
sure.
Spiro, Oklahoma, for anywhere, Oklahoma, the whole area, the whole River Valley.
It was also cool just because like for us in particular, we were even still pretty different like compared to what was being played at Arcade Now. Like I feel like I don't want to sound like pretentious or anything, but I feel like our vibe was a little bit different compared to everyone else's as well.
Yeah.
Like where everyone else was a little more warm in their presentation, ours was much more detached. We were more cold by design. I mean, we were trying to put on something different, even in the context of Arcade Now.
Does that kind of go into your band name, The Drown? You kind of offer like you offered some really cool adjectives. They're detached.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real, like, cold as well.
Something that Amos said that really stuck with me was whenever we were doing sound check, he kind of described what we were playing as falling through a dark ocean.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even think he did it on purpose, but it was just really interesting how that connected with the drown.
Yeah.
And like the vibe of the music that we were trying to perform.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really cool, because I like hearing that too, because I'm not there for the sound checks and stuff, you know what I mean? So to hear like your artistic message kind of being conveyed in this offhand way, like, no, that's really awesome. So you guys just like kind of came in and just hook, line, and sinker, like your whole debut. So
Here's hoping we're not a one-hit wonder.
me too. No, you guys rock. Thank you so much for letting me pull you in for my very first diner chat.
Thanks for letting
First
us be a part
Schmuck.
of it.
Yes, thank you.